You are watching Access LaPorte County Channel 97. Coming up next is the November 28th meeting of the LaPorte County Convention and Visitors Bureau Board of Managers. You can find more information for this meeting at www.accesslaportecounty.org.
Call to order the November 28th, 2023 meeting of the Board of Managers for the LaPorte County Convention and Visitors Bureau. Can we have a roll call, please? Yeah.
Becky Greenlaw.
Here.
Ed Harris.
Here.
Corinne Myers. Stacy Benning.
Here.
Martha King. Adam Konechny.
Here.
Laura Krantz.
Here.
Mike Seitz. Doug Waters.
Here.
We have a quorum.
Thank you for that. Do we have any public comments at this time? That moves us right into the approval of our October minutes. You've had an opportunity to review them through your emails. Do I have a motion and a second?
Make a motion to approve as written.
Second. We have a motion by Doug Waters and a second by Becky Greenlaw. Any discussion, questions, comments? Hearing none, those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Thank you for that. Motion carries. For my report this morning, just a couple of things. We talked last month about our December meeting being the day after Christmas, and I checked with staff, and there's no pressing business that cannot be postponed until the January meeting. If the board is agreeable, we would like to have that meeting canceled for December 26th. So in order to do that, I would need a motion from someone, one of our board members, to make that happen.
Motion to cancel December meeting.
Second. Okay, we have a motion to cancel the December meeting for 2023, presented by Doug Waters, second by Stacy Benning. Those in favor? I'm sorry, any discussion? Those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. This past month, we had an opportunity through the Fairgrounds Management and Event Corporation to have a meeting where we were bringing together some of the community to start a comprehensive plan for the fairgrounds. As you've been updated throughout the past 2 to 3 years, we've been updating the fairgrounds, making it safe. First of all, there were some things that were critical that needed to be done, and the Fairgrounds Board has made that happen, and the fairground is now safe, and now we're in the process of updating some of the things that needs to be updated to attract in the groups, the types of groups that we're trying to get at the fairgrounds. So the comprehensive plan is now taking a look at the actual facility, the buildings that are out there, what's there, what needs to be updated, what needs to be replaced, what needs to be added. And so that's what this comprehensive plan is going to do. And moving forward, if you have any input, check out the website, because the information is out there as far as when we're meeting and the things that we're doing. I'd encourage you, because you are leaders in the community and the county, to have some input. The fairground is a valuable asset to the county. Can do a lot of things as far as bringing visitors in. And people come here and visit, they may end up staying. Their companies could move here. It's an opportunity to present the county. So that fairground is a tool to do that with. And I would encourage all of you to take the opportunity to do that. Send some input, your ideas. Right now it's like mostly brainstorming, what can we do? We're looking at potentially a coliseum, which would have multiple purposes to it. You could have different types of events in this coliseum. So what should that look like? How should it be put together? Things of that nature. But just encouraging you to please take an opportunity to participate in these discussions in any way you can. We had an executive committee meeting. I just wanted to let you know that we did meet on November 20th. to discuss and review the budget, and that's down the line in the agenda, so we'll take a look at it at that time. But we did meet the executive committee to just discuss any critical issues that may be confronting us coming up in 2024, and there were none, so we're happy to proceed with presenting it to you later in the agenda. Well, that concludes my report. We'll move right into the treasurer's report.
Thanks, Pat. So for October of 2023, we had total accounts payable of $96,403.18. Total payroll of $43,506.78 for a grand total of $139,909.96. I will pass around the October statements of financial position, the profit and loss budget performance, the reconciliation detail, and the claim sheets for your signatures.
Thank you, Becky. Do we have a motion to approve the financials and the claims that's presented by our treasurer?
So moved. Second.
We have a motion by Stacy Benny and a second by Laura Krenz to approve our financial report as presented. Any discussion, comments, questions? Hearing none, those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Thank you. And Jack, that brings us to our wonderful report by our CEO.
All right, great. Looking forward to that chance to share a couple things. November was really busy. That's turned into probably our second biggest room night month of the year, amazingly. When you figure we're kind of a summer type event, location, destination. But we've really turned things around in November, thanks a lot, in part to the partnership with the youth football, Pop Warner. I want to make a shout out to the school system, to Barbara and Craig for making Ames Field available to us again. We're lucky to have a venue like that we can bring folks in. We brought folks in from 7 different states, probably hosted 45 or 50 games over the month of November, just finishing up Sunday. So that was a big help to our hotels. We don't have a final count yet on the hotels, but we know it's gonna help us. It always does, and it's gonna be a big. It's gonna move the needle quite a bit for November. And then to add with that, we had a couple Notre Dame games, home games in November, which always moves the needle. And Blue Chip has been really busy the whole month. They've had a great month as far as meetings and conventions go for November. So that was really good. Visitors assessment, right on target as it has been, still up. And we're a little behind in getting the most recent one, the update, but it should be coming any day, but we're tracking right where we should be. And ITDC wise, we hosted a couple legislative events since we've met, and those have been very successful. We hosted one in Lake County. This was done strategically across the northern part of the state to get the best effect with regards to attendance from legislators. That's the key to these things, is making sure that we get a large number of legislators attend our events. And with the one in Lake County was hosted by my counterpart in Lake County, Dave Moran, the CEO from South Shore, and he did a great job. We had a great attendance. We hosted at the Hard Rock. And that was nice, going back there to that venue and meeting the legislators. I think we had 22 legislators show up for our, which is amazing for that part. And then I co-hosted the one in with Elkhart. We actually did it in St. Joe County, but the Elkhart CVB director and I co-hosted the one in St. Joe County a week ago, and we actually had 24 legislators there. So it was amazing the number of legislators that we had, and there wasn't much overlap there either. But we all the counties, we share a lot of legislators, and some go to both, but it was great. And on that note, I think you all recall that part of our mission legislatively is to not only protect the CVB and protect our dollars and make sure that those are, that they don't go the wrong direction by legislators that may want to take these dollars and put them in bricks and mortars or something other than tourism. It's also to make sure that we get our fair share of board and commission appointments up north and get legislation that helps us. For example, if the gaming industry needed something to happen to help keep that viable, we've got 4 licenses up here, gaming license, so we pull our legislators in together and say, we need you to get behind that. So that's going really well. We haven't had any attacks on the tourism industry. We haven't had to be in a defense mode, but we've been in kind of an offensive mode here. We've gotten several folks on key boards and commissions. Right now, there's I can't name the person, but there's a LaPorte County resident that is under consideration for an appointment from the governor at our recommendation for a really nice board. And that's really good to have our folks in those positions. And we've already, I'm just thinking, I can't remember if I've updated you. I'll get you guys an official update in January of some of the stuff that we've affected already with boards and commissions, which is pretty good stuff. So that's really a nice update. And let's see. I think unless there's any questions, we covered everything at the exec meeting the other day that I thought might need to roll out, so I don't have anything else from my end. I'm gonna get some reports from the staff, if that's okay, and I'll move on, all right? So, having said that, Linda, would you like to give us an update, please?
Sure, and I'll make mine brief as well. A couple things since we're not having a December meeting, the January board meeting, we will have our 2024 visitor guide ready to hand out. Have to commend our whole team with the proofing, which is it's like every time we do something, we find something else, which is good that we're catching a lot of things before it actually goes to print. So we'll have that out and ready to distribute at our January meeting, and a lot of good stories again and so on. So, and this will be the final job that Julie Wozniak will be doing for us with the visitor guide. The CVB has hired Sierra Group for 2024 for the 2025 visitor guide. So Seth Spencer and his team will be working with us at moving forward for the next guide. I think pretty much everyone knows Seth, and after meeting with him several times, he was really excited to have the opportunity. And when we do the upload next month to the printer, I've invited him just to come out and just watch that process, because by the time we get to that point next year, it'll all be on him. So I just thought it was good for him to have a chance to see that.
And just that's design work.
The design work, yes.
We're doing a lot more on staff on that than we used to.
Yes.
But because we've got some staff that are really stepping up to the plate.
Right,
really
right.
Cool.
Yeah, once we get everything ready to go, and he'll do pretty much the same process, because staff has been involved even with Julie all these past years. Once we send the information to her to set up and come back and prove, it's just been a great process. So today Julie will come by. We've made some more corrections, so she'll take those back and redo those, send it back to us with the index now. And then once everything, and this also gets proofed by the Herald Dispatch staff, because they were the ones that actually did the sales for the visitor guide. So, but like I said, by the time we hopefully get through this week, we will be able to sit down next week and do the upload and get that to the printer, and then we can check that big project off our list. One of the other things I mentioned at our last meeting that, and Pat's well aware, 2023 NAACP State Conference was held here, and at the banquet that evening, that Saturday evening, when they were handing out awards, to our surprise, Gail and I were there, that the CVB received an award for our help, with the transportation, the hotels. Dale did quite a bit, and then I worked with, some of the NAACP members as well as Cheryl Seitz. So this was the tote bag that they had to carry around so it had their state logo, but also the CVB. And I think it went over very well. And then also they did a really good job on their program book. And I think the last meeting I passed around our ad. So we were significantly represented here. But it was a nice surprise to get a award, and they were very complimentary on what the CVB did. So we were real thrilled with that, Pat. So the other, last month we had our, this is November, this month, ITA board and member meeting, and this was in Indy last week, and Dale and I drove up for that. A lot of things going on, especially on the board side. We made a motion. Terry Lambert, who is the executive director, is on contract, and that position has always been a contracted position. So they decided to make her an exempt employee. So as of January 1st, some things will be changing with Carrie. She was real excited about the change and so on. So a lot of good conversation with that. So the executive committee will now work out all the details. But Carrie's been with us for a long time, and as long as I've been there, she's been the best that we've had. So we're just taking her away from that contract mode. Blue Chip next month will be opening Lakeside Cafe. It's going to be their new restaurant. I was like Lakeside Kitchen. I'm getting confused with Visitor Guide. Lakeside Kitchen. So I don't want to take too many surprises away, but they're real excited with what they're doing. They've got billboards already out and about letting people know that it's up and coming. So that'll be a great new addition that they'll have, especially in the restaurant side. And then they're doing the renovations in the Spa Blue Tower now from the top 4 floors, and then they're just working their way down. So it'll be exciting once they get through that process, and then we'll like have a brand new hotel. Let's see. Emergency management had a meeting last month, and just pretty much overview their other person, Fran Tibbet, is resigning at the end of the year. And she's retiring, and Fran's been with the EMA for a long time. So they are in the process of looking for someone to replace her. Rob Sabi has done a great job as the director, and so he and I, once the HR department, the county HR department has enough applications, Rob and I are going to work together to look at who would best fit that position. Also with the EMA, the question had come up regarding the solar eclipse. It's really big downstate and a lot of discussions in Indy, but it's such a small bit that's going to even touch our area. But they are talking about it to see if people are traveling and want to stop, where they could possibly park and have a chance to just say they were here and saw what they saw. On visitindiana.com, they have t-shirts and all kinds of other stuff that you can order, but it won't really have a huge effect for our county at all. So we're just a couple people had asked, and I think Amy had brought it up too, but Amy did find out, like Porter County, like nobody's around in here has really anything going on for that. So we're in a good place. And one of the ads that you'll be seeing in the visitor guide is a new transportation company that actually is working with 4411 Inn & Suites. They came in and met with staff and wanted to incorporate letting people know that they are also available. So this ad will be in the visitor guide. It has their website and a phone number to contact to make arrangements and so on. So it'll be not that much that we'll have to do. And then someone mentioned to me yesterday that Captain Vic at Anita 2 is also looking at possibly next year doing some transportation. He's already doing some from the South Bend Airport here. And so we'll just see how that all plays out, and how that also, his comment was that he'd like to pick people up from the visitor center, but that would definitely have to be something that he would have to sit and talk with our group to see if that's something, because it does add a lot of challenges with us. But if it's doable, we'll try to make. So there's a lot of interest, and people are talking about getting back and forth to the airport. We got spoiled with coach and Royal Excursions, so but other than that, I think everything else, like I said, 2024, we're just renewing contracts, and I have a communications committee call this afternoon with ITA. That'll be our final one. And this, we just talk about different things that are going on with ITA that we need to update and be able to present to our next board meeting. And our next ITA board meeting will be in January, which will be a virtual. And then the 2024 ITA annual conference will be in Evansville in March, and that will be held at Bally's. So they have Bally's has a conference center, so we're trying to utilize their hotel and getting our staff to register for that. So, but other than that, I think that's all, and just wish everybody a happy holiday.
Great, thanks, Linda, appreciate the update. Amy is pulling together our end of the year meeting with all of our hoteliers. We do it. We double down at this time of the year to meet with them and have some seasonal discussion, holiday season stuff, and so she's working hard on that. So her and I talked, and we decided she'll give everybody an update to January meeting, and that gives us a chance to get a community relations update from Dale. So would you please give us an update on that?
Sure. One of the committees that I'm on is Michigan City Public Arts Committee. And on October 21st, we had a ribbon cutting at the Kennedy Park. If you don't know where that is, if you take the Center Street Road and going the back way to Washington Park, there's a little baseball park back there, and it has a really beautiful wall. And so we commissioned a local artist by the name of Felix Maldonado, and he painted a mural on that wall. So if you haven't gotten a chance to go back there and take a look, it's absolutely beautiful. The newspaper covered it. We had quite a few people there, so it was really wonderful. It's covered with local animals and flowers and plants. It's really quite lovely. So arts is the fourth largest driver of decisions when people take a trip, when they're planning a trip. Very, very few above that. So it's called cultural art. So it's really important. I have a really soft spot in my heart for arts. We like to promote our local artists. So also in October, every October, I'm asked by Barker Mansion to do their trees. This year, we did 12 trees. They're all 15 feet tall. And if you think about it, Barker Mansion was built back in 1857. That place is still going. It's absolutely beautiful. It was closed all summer long because they're doing renovations. They did the floor, they did the windows, and they're still doing renovations, but the first and second floor are open, and the trees are lovely there. They're open every day now until the first week of January, so except for Mondays, so go by there and take a look. It's absolutely beautiful, and Santa's going to be there too, so it's a nice family event for you to go and take a look at. They've also bought the building behind them, and they're renovating it. And they want to cater out of there for events, for weddings, and if you want to do some type of party at Barker Mansion, so you'll be able to rent that space as well. And I'm in talks with people like the Investment Center for the Arts, because they want to do some type of art for children in there, so I'm taking a big role in that as well. So go by there and take a look. In November, I was able to volunteer for the NAACP. I set up 16 displays Some of them were about the NAACP, but other historical figures, Black American figures. And so it was really wonderful. I saw people walking by and taking pictures of them and reading it, so I think it went over really well. I was also able to help serve at the Soul Food Dinner, which I enjoyed, and then Linda and I did go to, I think it was called
Get invited.
President's Hall, where he received that award, so I'm very happy I was able to help out in that event. I love doing stuff like that, so.
Dale also volunteered for registration too. She was helping to register the delegates as they came in to get signed up and direct them around. So she was very helpful to us.
I met lots of really great people who I hope to see in the future. So it was a great event, and I really appreciate you allowing me to help with that. November 16th, I had a meeting at the Michigan City Public Library. We've started a new Main Street, and it covers the events that are not going to happen in the downtown area on Franklin. So it's all the other parts of town, like the east side and the west side. And we hope to be working with everybody in the community, bringing events to those parts of town. And we also are working with Vibrant Michigan City, so that's part of making those areas more vibrant, which we know we all need. And we also, going back to Michigan City Public Arts, are going to be bringing arts to those communities as well, because that's important to me. And on December 9th here at the Visitor Center, we're going to be having our 4th annual Very Merry Christmas Market, which we have local artists come in, and then they have booths out here. We probably have about 20 different artists. It's free to come in, and then you shop around and get something for your friends and family for Christmas. So I would like to thank Jack for always letting me host events out there. That's very important to me, and I like helping out our community and whatever else we do. One more thing, I had a interview with a gentleman by the name of Antonio Connolly, who is a local entrepreneur. First of all, he works full-time, and then he owns a clothing shop called Temerity Boutique on Franklin. But he has started a workshop for kids called Kidpreneurs. And he was funding everything out of his own pocket, and I was able to find a funder that gave him a grant for $15,000 to pay for those kids. He started out with 6 kids, he's now got 80 kids, and he's teaching them to get a bank account, to start their own business. And so I'm going to be working with him, with Barker Mansion, to host Kidpreneurs at that new site as well. So just a couple things.
I'm gonna expound on those couple things. So I've got a policy that any staff that to help me in a management role, any staff that's got outgoing emails, to copy me on all the emails. I never step in, I never get involved, but I can see what's going on. I'm about to change the policy. Dale's clogging up my inbox. I mean, literally clogging up. I can't, and I stay on top of that stuff. But she's so active in the community, as you can tell. We're trying to make sure, Gail is trying to make sure everybody gets their appropriate vacation time and stuff at the end of the year, because Dale's just told me this morning, she said she's got like 15 meetings that she's supposed to be on vacation, but I'm going to all the meetings, she said. That's the kind of dedication we have there. Everybody is at that level, everybody, but Dale just happened to have a chance to talk, and Dale's also responsible for the decorations out front too, and I'm really glad that we're able to keep some activity going down here. After losing the bus service, that was a big deal. That was a big change in the way we do things. And, we lost the store, we lost all the activity, the foot traffic, but by virtue of keeping community groups coming in here, like Dale has done, that's kept us active here and justified the space and everything else. So that's been awesome. It's just been great. So thank you for the update. Appreciate that. Let's see, moving on. Brett is here from LaPorte.
Sure. We're try to keep it brief and just go through to our next meeting in January. Recap real quick on the Santa Parade this past weekend. 28 floats, I believe, and one of the great things I've thought about this past year was the floats definitely stepped up their game. I thought the floats were beautiful this year. More of them, more decorations, more festive. I think Gail was at the parade. Would you not agree, Gail?
It was great,
Yeah.
perfect for families,
Yep.
grandkids.
30 minutes roughly, same route as we took last year. We have made some notes. There are a few things we're gonna try to alter. We still have to have our wrap-up committee with the group, but one of the things we'll probably do is, this year we had no parking on State Street from 1 to 5. We stick with the same area. I'm thinking we're gonna make that a little later to try to help accommodate the businesses a little more on State Street. We did not block the roads until 2:30 or after. We may split that into two sections, like where we stage the parade, we may block them a little earlier, and then where the parade actually occurs, we may make that a little later to try to help accommodate the businesses that are along State Street. Other than that, we think everything went really well. You know, we always try to pay attention to public feedback. And once again, you know, I think everybody just needs to try to keep in the back of their mind that this is for the community and that's for the kids, and it's just a lot of fun. One of the things we're doing tonight, we have a fundraiser for LaPorte events at Enzo's, where it's a 25% give back on all sales. You don't have to come in with a coupon. You don't have to say you want to donate your receipt to the LaPorte events package. Everybody that dines at Enzo will turn around and donate 25% of all food and all sales period, except carry out, back to LaPorte events. I promised them we'll use that money to help fund our movie nights that we do in the summer for kids, which cost us between $600 and $1,000 per night to put on. And then we'll also use whatever is left over after that, hopefully to upgrade the trailer for the Santa Chalet is going to need to be replaced, and we need to redo the steps. We're looking at $3,000 to $5,000 for that. So I'm pretty sure we won't raise that much tonight, or the staff at Enzo's will probably go crazy if they do $12,000 sales on Tuesday. But so if you can get out and support LaPorte events tonight, we greatly appreciate it. They're open from 5 to 9. After that, the Civic is very busy. This week, we have the Good Life Awards with the LaPorte, Porter, Lake County Great News Life organization happening Thursday morning. And then Thursday afternoon, late afternoon, we have the State of the City with Leaf. On Friday, we have a rehearsal for Eclipse Performing Arts, and then on Saturday, they'll be performing the Nutcracker at 2 o'clock and 6:30, I believe, are the show times. It's a great event. It's a group out of the Chesterton area. One of the best dance companies you'll see in northern Indiana, if not the entire state. Those kids range probably in ages from 3 to 20. So it's a great opportunity to see some outstanding talent. Then on Sunday, we have our first holiday pop-up market at the Civic Auditorium that's being put on by Civic Events. Santa will be there and some other things, so it's going to be a great day. We have over 46 vendors coming. LaPorte will be there serving food. Elm Street Roasters and Hotspot Cafe will be there. It's going to be a great day. That's from 11 to 4, and it's indoors, nice and warm. Park your car, walk inside, you'll be very happy. So, once we get through that, on next Saturday, we have the Holiday at the Pops put on the LaPorte County Symphony. For many of us, that's the start of the holiday season. It's a tradition that's been at the Civic for over 20 years. On December 16th, we're hosting Civic Concert Series is doing the Highwaymen. It's a country tribute group dedicated to the old Johnny Cash Christmas special. At the first part of it, and then the last part, they'll be singing their songs from the individual artists that compose the group, and it's people like, and I should say the tribute to the individual artists. But it's Willie Nelson, Chris Christopherson, Waylon Jennings, and Johnny Cash. Those guys, like me and Bobby McGee, Folsom County Blues, songs like that. Great day. Prices are priced for people to come out and see the show. We know we have a lot of entertainment going on, so we just wanted to get bodies in there and have people enjoy the holidays. You can get a balcony ticket for that for $10. 4 seats are going for $20. and tables, I think, are $250 for that one. So it's a little lower price, but we want people to come out and enjoy the family. The following weekend, on Friday, December 22nd, this was a last-minute thing. The Christmas Wizards is a group dedicated to the Trans-Siberian Orchestra. They reproduced that show amazingly well. The light show, everything else, it's going to be an amazing time. That's going to be Friday, December 22nd. Same price structure, $10 balcony, $20 floor. It's just a great show. I don't know how else to put it. If you've ever seen the Trans-Siberian Orchestra, I've watched the videos from this group that they put on TV or on YouTube, and they're outstanding. You're going to enjoy it. You're going to love it. It's great to bring out your family. It's an all-ages show. I highly recommend you come out to see that. And then we end the year on December 29th with a Journey tribute, with a Foreigner tribute opening for them. The Journey group is off the East Coast, and they're ranked as one of the top in the nation for Journey. And then they've been doing this for almost 20 years. And then, of course, January 4th through the 6th, we have the LaPorte Invitational coming back. 20 of the top 100 athletes and recruits in the country coming to the LaPorte Civic Auditorium. Just a note, the talent of this tournament is so high. In the past draft for the NBA in 2023 in June, 5 kids that were drafted that day in the first round played at the Civic Auditorium in January of 2022. So you're looking at future NBA talent that's going to be on your TV for the next 15, 20 years, playing at the Civic Auditorium that weekend. We've reduced prices to $20 a day for parts of the balcony, and the other parts are $30. That's up to a 50% reduction in prices from last year. We have family packs available, and this would not be possible without the financial and manpower support of the LaPorte County Convention Visitors Bureau. And so you guys should all pat yourselves on the back, because this event would not be occurring without you. We have ESPN2, we have ESPNU, we have ESPN Plus, which is their streaming portion, and YouTube all coming in to televise these shows. So LaPorte County, and most importantly, the LaPorte Civic Auditorium is going to be shown on up to 82 million homes across the United States. And we'll just stop right there because
I appreciate the great update as always, Brett. And on that note, depending on what action you take with regards to the December meeting, I'm kind of getting the impression you may not be meeting in December, so we will not be meeting again before that event. So any of you that want to get connected with tickets and stuff, I'll make sure you send Dale a note. Give us a note, make sure we can communicate on that, because we won't be meeting again. We'll make sure we get back with that.
What's the actual dates again?
4th through the 6th, January. And we'll try to make sure we keep you updated on any event, all the VIP events and all the stuff that you guys are making happen, really, by virtue of pretty much funding this whole thing. So, let's see, that concludes my report. Just a reminder to the board that the January agenda will be a little robust. It always is, with reorganization stuff. And we'll be working on, with Pat, to get that stuff ready for you in January. It'll be a few more items on the agenda, that's all. Okay, great, thank you.
Okay, do we have any unfinished business at this time? As I mentioned earlier, we do have our budget to approve, and you've had this now for a month, and all of the notes that Jack included with it also to explain what's happening with our budget. And I'm pleased with it. It's good to see that we're progressing, and the Tourism Bureau is really doing well. We are financially stable, and we're doing great things in the community. And when I say community, I mean LaPorte County. And we're looking for opportunities to do even more. So the budget allows our staff to proceed with the operations of the business of the Bureau. So this budget, without this budget, they can't do anything. So with that, I would ask for a motion to approve the 2024 budget for the LaPorte County Convention and Visitors Bureau as presented by Jack and staff.
Motion.
Motion to approve the budget as presented.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion by Becky Greenlaw and a second by Doug Waters to approve the budget as presented. Is there any discussion? No comments. Going once. Hearing none, those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Okay, you guys are good for another year. Okay, do we have any board comments at this time? As we close out the year, I would like to hear from you all, some feedback. We have a few minutes, we're pretty much on time, so if you have some comments, this is a good time to share with board and staff.
I just want to say thank you to all of the staff for doing an amazing job. You just absolutely blow it out of the park every year, and congratulations, and wish you all a happy holiday. And put in one small shameless plug. I'm inviting you all to a little theater in LaPorte for the Christmas production, Magic of Christmas. And there's going to be a lot of amazing voices, a lot of Hoosier Star participants and finalists are in it, and it's going to be a great show.
When?
It is December 8th, 9th, and 10th, 15th, 16th, and 17th. And on the 9th, we're just doing a matinee that day. That's a Saturday, so that we don't conflict with the LaPorte County Symphony Pops that night. So, yeah, y'all come.
The Hoosier Stars had some amazing winners. I was able to go to several of those contests, and I was just amazed at the talent we have in the community. I'm talking 5-year-olds all the way up to people in their 40s and 50s, and various backgrounds. It's just it was amazing. So I'd like to see some of those people.
Yeah, it's going to be good.
Yeah, that's good.
Pat, if I may, I'd like to just mention, I was talking to
You're not a
Pat.
board member.
No, you said, I listened closely, you said and staff.
Oh, I just said,
I absolutely caught that, yeah, no. Otherwise, no, we would have passed on that. I have been a board member, and that's you guys, that's too big a job. That's one I'll leave with you guys. The budget, I just want to say, we're so appreciative of kind of what the unconditional support that we get from you all. I was telling Laura and Pat earlier, right before the meeting started, that I'm putting together a package for the new mayor of Michigan City to give her a flavor of what we do in her community. Same thing we do for the county, and same thing we do for the LaPorte community. And when you put that to paper and look at it, it's amazing what this budget and what we do for Michigan City in particular, because that's the report I put together. We do a lot. So just putting it together and looking at it just kind of makes you stand back and say, wow, look what we're doing. That's just one of our communities. Just thanks for the support. It makes the staff feel really good to have this kind of support. And I can't hang my hat enough on the comments by Jason Applegate, Jason Nichols, thank you. Jason, I hope he's not listening. Been our longtime mentor from Applegate, but his comments about the amount of money that we spend on programming versus everything else. I mean, as you all know, in our industry, that's a barometer that's used to judge a lot, and a lot of folks overspend outside of programming. And for us to flip that is really cool. And the fact that we're putting all of our dollars back into the community and we're still financially solvent, that's good. That's good. And you guys got a great vision of the community. The way we're structured, we have equal representation for LaPorte, Michigan City, and the county. And so it's a pretty good partnership, and the staff really appreciate your support. I can tell you that 100%. So thanks to the board and to legal counsel for the advice for the year. Thank you. Looking forward for another great year.
Anybody else?
I want to echo Laura about the staff. I think you guys do an amazing job here at the CVB, as well as Linda and Jack. This is my first year, and I'm very honored to be on the board. I think you guys have done an amazing job on everything that you partake, and hopefully going into the new year, I'll be appointed again. But just want to thank you for everything. Oh, I'm not up?
No.
Okay, well, see, I have the privilege of saying it's up here. Okay, well, I'll see you next year.
You got a whole.
I'll see you next year. Yes, but just continue to do the outstanding job that you're doing, and it's an honor to sit on the board.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you. Been great.
Anyone else? Well, I'll chime in, as I usually do. And I'll echo Laura and Stacy's comments also about the staff. It's a wonderful team to work with. As I've experienced over the years, we've grown and developed to where we are, and we have still some growing to do because the horizon keeps moving. As you get closer to it, it gets further away. So we're looking at that, and we're aiming to keep moving with it. And we're going to always be looking at opportunities to advance and do something creative in our communities and bringing in the great events. Staff has been awesome in reaching out to the community. Some of the things that Dale is doing and Amy is awesome, and it's just great working with Gail and Brett, the Civic Center. It just blows my mind what he's done over there. When you look at all these people and what they're doing, it is amazing, and it is an honor, like you say, Stacy, to be part of this board.
Yes.
I've enjoyed it, and I try to stay out of the way. I try to be the support that Jack needs me to be, and allow him to do what he needs to do. And as long as he keeps producing like he's producing, there's just nothing to be said except kudos to everybody. I've enjoyed working with the board, and I look forward to working with you hopefully in the future. And I'm really, really hopeful and thankful that you all will enjoy and have a safe holiday season. It's one of my favorite times of the year, and I'm looking forward to it. So if there's nothing else,
Take action on December.
we did already.
You already did, okay, good. I wasn't sure, okay. Got it.
Yes. So with that, happy holidays and be safe.
Thanks again, everybody. Great. Thanks for the kind words. Nice. Yeah, no, you're not a,